Hello and welcome to episode 7 of the Roma Revolution. I'm Ben, and coming up on today's episode we have both legs of our Europa League first knockout round tie against Club Brugge, and a massive turn of form is needed because since the last episode things have not gone well. First, we were knocked out of the Italian Cup in the quarterfinals by Napoli, a game that really we deserved to lose, didn't play well enough at all, and actually the Italian Cup, looking at the teams that had got through, was a cup that we could have really won this year, but it wasn't to be. We then followed that up with a 0-0 draw against Milan. Not a bad result. Milan obviously top of the league. We played quite well, couldn't quite force a goal, but we also shut them out. So I wasn't too disappointed with that. We then had a really frustrating game against Juventus, losing 1-0. They caught us on the counter-attack like they did earlier on in the season. Ronaldo getting that goal. We deserved more from the game, but it wasn't quite meant to be. Our unbeaten run came to an end, and then we followed that up with an extremely disappointing draw against Cagliari, who are down in 16th in the league. A game we really should have been winning. So that has left us 5th in Serie A. Things all still tight, only 5 points separating Juventus in 2nd and us in 5th. But the games we've had, there was a real chance for us to really secure that European spot, and we really haven't been able to do so. But hopefully we can turn the form around in today's Europa League game. And this is the starting 11 we're going to try and do it with. We've got Paul Lopez in goal, a back three of Mancini, Smalling and Fazio, Spinazzola, Tonali and Zappacosta play in front of them, Cristante and Pellegrini in the midfield, with Kalinic and Dzeko leading the line up front. Fingers crossed we can get into this one with a win. As I say, turn around the form, grab some away goals, and then bring Brugge back to the Stadio Olimpico and beat them again and go through to the next round of the Europa League. Competition that the board want us to obviously get to the final of, so we really need to go out and make a statement that we're able to do so, that we are one of the better teams in the competition, and we really need to quickly turn around the form that has dipped since you were last with me. And we're getting a highlight straight away, it would seem. And Zappacosta on this right-hand side lips it to Spinazzola, who heads just over. Almost a goal in the first 20 seconds there, which would have been a really cracking start and hopefully given us a bit of confidence. But we're going again, and it's Kalinic. I think he's going to be offside. He's not. Kalinic scores. 3 minutes in, Roma have got the first goal of the game. Pellegrini with the free kick from deep. Whips it towards the back post, and Kalinic, unmarked, keeper doesn't know whether he's coming or going for the ball, is able to slot it home, and an all-important away goal early on in our Europa League tie. And fingers crossed we can build on that and have a commanding lead to take back home with us for the second leg. A chance there for Bruges, just over from Dele from the free kick. We're playing okay. We just need to build on it. Arias, Vormer on this right-hand side. Dzeko picks up, and then we've got a chance to counter, and we're going to try to. We can't. It's all the way back to Mignolet in the Club Brugge goal. A poor clearance from him, though, only as far as Zappacosta, who doesn't gather it, and Diata's got a chance to break in here. He's beaten Fazio. It's fallen to Arias. Paul Lopez, all a bit scrappy. Diata with a great chance. He hits the post. It went across the goal. And there was a really good chance, and Spinazzola losing it now. All a bit sloppy from us. Pellegrini tries to win it back. He can't. Arias with room on this right-hand side. Puts the ball across. Mancini clears. There's a foul being given. I think it's on Arias here from Spinazzola on the edge of the area. We are going to VAR for a potential penalty. Spinazzola, it seems, would have tackled Arias when he went to cross the ball on the edge of the area. A big moment. Is there going to be a penalty here? There's not. No penalty, maybe a free kick on the edge of the area. We've got away with one, but Brugge are definitely in this tie, and we need another goal to put them out of sight because they have been coming for us in the last 15 minutes since that early Kalinic goal. It's gone a bit quieter now. I think we've settled into the game. We're playing okay. Zappacosta having a poor game on the right-hand side, and probably Spinazzola, I could say, from what we've seen, having the same on the left as well. But we're back with an attack. Arias with a long ball over the top, but it can't quite get there. And Tonali gathers in midfield. Pellegrini with the ball forward to Dzeko. Again, can't quite find him, but Zappacosta has time to gather and regroup. Zappacosta to Tonali. Tonali back to Fazio. Fazio all the way back to Paul Lopez. options ahead of him. Pellegrini, Spinazzola, if we can find him in Acres, but we've gone for the Zappacosta route and it could work out for us with Kalinic. And it's well saved by Mignolet in the goal. Potentially more room on the left-hand side. We went down the right and we forced a chance. And Kalinic again almost to the header, but Dzeko gathers on the edge of the area. Back to Spinazzola, and that is the end of the highlight. A chance goes begging. We maybe had more option on the left there, but we went the right, and we do go in to half-time 1-0 up. Definitely don't want to get complacent. Brugge have had plenty of the possession, plenty of chances. We do just need that second goal to put them out of sight, but it seems like they've got a corner. It's come in. Diatta on the edge of the area. Kalinic hassling him. Can we win the ball off him? Spinazzola fouls, but the player's played on, and Bonaventura again saved by Lopez, but again a nervous moment by the looks of it. We're not quite fully at the races. We've played okay, but as I say, we're not convincingly beating Club Brugge, and I sense that there is a goal in this for them. And I think it's time to make a change. Zappacosta hasn't played well at all on this right-hand side, but we are limited for options to come on for him. Spinazzola is going to switch sides. Right, options are limited on this left-hand side. A few injuries. Kolarov is out with injury, hence why he's not playing today. I'm going to bring Smalling on. Obviously, I know it's not... going to put Smalling out there, rather. And I'm going to bring Settin on at centre-back. Obviously, I know Smalling not quite suited there. So actually, I'm going to switch over. Mancini is left-footed, so he'll play out there. Not ideal, but we'll have Mancini out there. And we'll go with that for now. I think in a second, if things don't seemingly work out, we might pull them back. But Spinazzola with the throw, it's gone straight to Mignolet in the goal. And if he distributes quickly, they've got acres of space on this left-hand side where Mancini's meant to be. And they've managed to do so. Vanaken, Bonaventura, real gap here. And maybe it wasn't the right call to put Mancini out here. But that is a good tackle. He's still going, Bonaventura. Tonali doing really well to hamper him. Vorma with the ball across. Diatta at the back post. And it's in. It's 1-1, but he is offside. We've got away with it, and I think, looking here, this left-hand side for us is really weak. I think we're going to have to drop Mancini back in there and bring Spinazzola back. Play it as a definite 5 at the back, more like that. Again, we've got no one in the pitch, really, who can play out there. So we are going to have to keep it as it is, but hopefully as a solid back 5, we might be a little bit more assured than as a back 3 with those two playing as wing backs. As I say, we have got that 1 goal advantage that we could take with us, but I do just feel we might need a little bit more based on the way we played. Brugge have dominated us for possession and have had, from what we've seen, the better chances in the game. With 15 minutes to go, just a couple of substitutions just to keep it fresh. Cristante struggling a little bit for fitness, so we'll bring Diawara on for him. And Spinazzola on his right-hand side would be ideal to bring off, but obviously we haven't got an option to do so. I think the other change we'll make is Pellegrini. The 2 can come on for him. Those 2 will actually switch over, and we'll play with this for the last 15 minutes, and hopefully we can see it out for those final 10 minutes and take a 1-0 lead back to Roma. But a game really where I don't feel like we fully deserve to win. But the 2 with the corner, it's fallen on the edge of the area to Tonali. I think it's come off of Dzeko, potentially it has, and we've scraped a second goal. Tonali with a shot from the edge of the area. I think it may have been on target, but Dzeko nods in. We'll have a better look at it here. The 2 with the ball in, falls to Tonali, who does have an effort. It skims off of Dzeko's head. His 10th goal of the season. That could be the goal that sends us through. A late chance here for Brugge, which they've squandered. I think Deli, who was in the way really of a Diatta shot, was offside. But we do finish the game 2-0. A 2-0 lead to take back home in the Europa League. I'll be back with you shortly for the second leg against Club Brugge. Just the small matter in between of Brescia in Serie A. A good 3-0 win then in between the 2 Club Brugge games against Brescia. A good return to form in Serie A. Results also went our way, so we are now sitting 4th in the league. But let's get stuck in to this second leg. Obviously, taking that 2-0 advantage into this one. Can we see the job through and make it through to the next round of the Europa League? The team we're going to try and do it with is this: Pau Lopez in goal, Mancini, Smalling and Fazio at the back, Spinazzola, Tonali and Kolarov in front of them, Pellegrini and Cristante in the midfield with Dzeko and Kalinic up front. Fingers crossed we can repeat that 2-0 victory, hopefully maybe even improve on it slightly here, and obviously if we do, then we'll be in to the next round of the Europa League and closer to getting to that final that the board want us to get to. Obviously we know the threat that Brugge posed. They're obviously very good in that first leg, and I feel like we were lucky to come away with a 2-0 win, but obviously a 2-0 win we came away with nonetheless. A good performance in between against Brescia. 3-0, really dominant display. Could have been 5 or 6 really, but obviously only 3. But that doesn't bother me at all. This is the game we want to win, and this is the competition probably now mainly that we're going to have the best chance of winning. Milan are now 10 points clear at the top of Serie A, so that gap is probably unlikely to be closed, seeing we are then a further 3 points behind Juventus in second, so 13 points behind Milan at the top of the league. And whilst that was all happening, Club Brugge have the first chance of the game and very nearly got that away goal back into the game, which could have made this very interesting. And they've come here and completely dominated so far. Arias with the throw, Vanaken, Bonaventura in the middle, back to Arias. We've got to be careful here. Vorma in the middle. It's a poor pass though, and Kalinic is able to grab it and pass it back to Cristante, who puts Kalinic through. Can Kalinic grab an early 1-0? Nikola Kalinic completely against the run of the play in the 22nd minute. Brugge dominated the game so far, but a poor pass, and Kalinic gathers, plays it back to Cristante, who puts a cracking ball through the middle, and Kalinic beats Mignolet 1-on-1. They've dominated the early proceedings, but we've snatched the goal on the break, and that, I'm hoping, should well be enough to put this tie out of reach for Club Brugge. 3-0 on aggregate, 1-0 on the night. Obviously, if Brugge do score 3, they go through, but a mountain to climb, I feel. We've not had a great half. Approaching half-time, we have got a highlight, though. Mitrovic goes back to Mignolet in goal, who plays it forward, but Spinazzola beats Diatta to it and plays it inside to Fazio. Fazio does go back to Lopez. He's got loads of options. Kolarov and acres of space on this left-hand side if he goes for it, but he doesn't. He decides to find Fazio. Tonali, he goes for Kolarov, and Kolarov has got loads of space to run into if he decides to do so, but he just checks and goes back to Mancini. Mancini with a great ball out to Spinazzola, who tries to go past his man but can't quite. But Mancini gathers again, and we've got a chance to build from the back. Pellegrini, Tonali with a great ball out to Kolarov. Can he get a good ball across? He can. Spinazzola at the back post, and that is surely that. 2-0, Leonardo Spinazzola with his first goal of the season. A great ball from Tonali out to Kolarov on this left-hand side. Kolarov puts a cracking ball in towards the back post, and Spinazzola is there to nod home and make it 2. It looks like we have improved slightly from the early proceedings, and those 2 goals have surely put it beyond doubt. And now it looks like we're going to have another chance to make it 3 before we go in. It's Dzeko straight at Mignolet. Another great chance, but Brugge came out at us early. Kalinic grabbed the early goal, and it looks like from then onwards we've started to get ourselves back into the game. Let's not get complacent. Let's keep it as it is. Let's go out there and make sure the job does get done. Obviously, things can happen in an instant, but it looks like it should be secure. And Mignolet aiming for Bonaventura, and he has, but Pellegrini picks it up well in the middle and sends Kalinic on his way, who goes back to Tonali. Tonali, great ball out again to Spinazzola, who puts the ball across. Dzeko is there, and from the tightest of angles, Edin Dzeko makes it 3-0. 5-0 now on aggregate. We have well and truly dispatched of Brugge in the Europa League. Spinazzola with the effort. Mignolet can only parry away as far as Dzeko, and Dzeko is there to get the ball into the goal from the tightest of angles, and that is that. 5-0 on aggregate. We're into the next round, and I think that's probably a chance, with a league game against Udinese only a couple of days away, for us to look at resting some of our key men. So, Tonali. He's played a lot of games for us since he's come in, so he can come off for Diawara. Spinazzola is going to swap sides and go out onto this left-hand side, and Kolarov, just returning from injury, can come off, and David Zappacosta can come on for him. Really good performance this. I was to say, early stages, it looked like Brugge were really dominating the ball. They have kept the possession really well, but we haven't seen much of them since that Kalinic chance and goal. I think that's killed the game off really, and since then we've just been able to see it through. Obviously gained a couple more goals and a really good, strong, rounded team performance. Last change then, Pellegrini, key for us, key tonight, key every game. He can come off, the two can come on, Cristante and him can switch over, and we'll just see it out for the last 10 minutes. We'll drop a bit of praise, a really good performance again. I'm glad the form has turned round for us here. Obviously, as I say, those 3 Serie A games in between this episode and the last one were not great, but we've been playing much, much better. There might be a late chance for Brugge to grab a consolation, and they have. A little bit frustrating, we couldn't get away with it with a clean sheet, but Eder Balanta, Vorma with the free kick, Balanta with the header, unmarked, into the top corner. It's a nothing goal, it's only a consolation, but obviously a clean sheet would have been nice. But still, we are through, we've made it through, we continue in the Europa League. Can we make the final? I'm hoping we can. We've obviously got a lot more rounds to go. Bigger teams will come up for us to face in between, but that is a step in the right direction. I think that is the best we've played in Europa League since we guaranteed qualification by beating Genk back in the group stages. But looking ahead to the next episode then, we will be back for the second leg of the Europa League game, and then the big local derby, obviously against Lazio. I'll play the first leg off camera, then we'll be back, as I say, for that first leg. The draw will be obviously done, I think it might be tomorrow, so we'll see who that is, and then we will face Lazio in the league, which will be a really big game, with them obviously chasing a European qualification spot like ourselves. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel for more Football Manager content, and thank you all for coming along and watching.